Hi, I'm Michael from Planet Naturopath. In this video, we're looking at the Cyrex Array 2 test. It's a intestinal permeability screen, also known as leaky gut, and there's other tests out there that measure leaky gut, but this is probably one of the better ones. It measures a number of different things. It measures actomyosin, which is present throughout the body. It's a smooth muscle, and high levels indicate that there is damage to the epithelium of the mucous membrane. So that can lead to leaky gut. Gluten and zonulin, they're like the gatekeepers that would indicate that the cell junctions are wider than they should be. So a lot of people think of the intestinal mucous membranes or the intestinal membrane as being an impermeable, but you need to be able to absorb vitamins, minerals, things should be able to come across, but it's like a fly screen. You want air to go through the fly screen, but you don't want the bugs to get through. So if you start getting holes in the fly screen or larger holes in the intestinal wall, bugs and other things that shouldn't get through can start to get through. That's a really good way of describing leaky gut. So it's not like your gut should be impermeable. Lipopolysaccharides here, these are, if they're elevated, that's a sign that there's dysbiosis or high levels of lipopolysaccharide producing bacteria. These are endotoxins produced by the bacteria, and if they're in the gut, they can definitely cause inflammation and symptoms, but if they start getting into the bloodstream, that's when you're going to get widespread symptoms of, it could be skin problems, it could be headaches, brain fog, even muscle and joint pain can come from endotoxins coming from the gut. So the Cyrex Array 2, you can either do this test by itself, or you can do it in conjunction with the Cyrex Array 3, which is the best test for wheat and gluten sensitivity. Most tests will either just measure the gliadin IgA, or transglutaminase 2, which is a marker of celiac disease. But you could have transglutaminase 3 or transglutaminase 6, which are also markers of celiac disease, but not tested in the standard test. So if you do the Array 2, the Array 3, and the Array 4, which is a gluten cross-reactivity test, Cyrex does a special package for these three tests. You can do them individually, or it usually works out much better value to do them as a package test. So when people cut out gluten, sometimes they could be reacting to dairy as well. But often when people cut out gluten, they start to eat more of these foods and they may be reacting. So you may be like, why am I still reacting? I'm on a gluten-free diet. But if you're having cross-reactivity, so this just takes out the guesswork. One point I should make is that you need to be eating these foods before testing. So if you've cut out these foods, or if you've cut out, gluten 100% or wheat 100%, you need to be adding it back in for a month before doing this test. And if you think, oh my God, I couldn't do that, well, don't do the test. Like if you add gluten back in and you feel terrible, that's all the testing you need to do. So yeah, but you could still do the Cyrex Array 2 and not add the gluten back in. You just do the Cyrex Array 2 test. So I hope that helps.